Well, hello everybody. Zack Hample here, and this is a different kind of video for you. As you can see me getting on the subway here in New York City and riding 3 different trains to get to Yankee Stadium. Now, normally with my stadium videos, I start them at the stadium and I explain everything that I plan to do, and throughout the day, I'm checking in and just giving an overview of what's happening. But with this video, I decided to ignore the camera and add a voiceover after the fact. So right here, getting off the 4 train at 161st Street, first look at the stadium. You can see some fans outside already. There's my intern, Max, and just greeting various people over the course of the day. And here I am heading over to Gate 8, which is the center field bleacher entrance. I was there early. I was the first one, and you can just see the sights from that gate. The elevated subway tracks, cop cars all over the place, an expensive garage, and yeah, probably a good idea to tie my shoes, right? So here we have finally a sign of life, fans showing up, security getting things ready. I like Gate 8 because it's usually not quite as crowded. And this fan right here, he's famous. He's big on TikTok. I think he's going to all 162 Angels games this year. And so here's a look inside the gates as we transition to the inside of the stadium. So I decided to start off in the left field bleachers, which is a long way from home plate. And you'll see right here, I thought I might catch this one, but nope, here it is in slow motion falling short into the seats below. So why did I decide to go to the bleachers when it is so far from home plate? Well, first, here's a toss-up to the fans in the 100 level, and I was like, man, when am I going to see some action? The answer is that Mike Trout was in this group of hitters, so I thought there'd be some action. This one you can see goes into the second deck, and yeah, that was also frustrating, but I was hopeful. It just seemed like they were hitting balls with the right distance, and look at this one! Lands in the front row, no one was there, so I scampered down and grabbed that one. Always feels great to get my first baseball of the day. And check this out, I'm going to show it to you twice because it happens fast. Boom! There's a catch on the fly, slow motion. You can see I maneuver around this guy. I do not make contact with him. He was in front of me, and he missed it. So he had the chance to get the ball, and for his efforts, I was like, here you go, sir. So that was my second of the day. That's Brett Phillips up at bat. Always great to see him. But you know what? Brett Phillips ain't exactly going to hit one 430 feet to left center field. So one last look at the field there, and I decided, you know what? It is time to move on. So you can see this very narrow concourse and the narrow tunnels. I don't know why they didn't build the stadium a little bigger with more room for fans to move around. But anyway, here I am in right field, which was a little bit challenging because the sun was in everybody's eyes. So this dude in the front, that one actually hits his glove, but he recovers it there. And, you know, I'm just picking my bag up, moving back and forth, just based on each hitter, where it's empty, what I feel might be possible. This one came pretty close, nearly took out my videographer in the process, and then ricocheted down to about the 4th row. So missed that one as well. Look at this guy in the front row, making plays. That's his 2nd home run ball in just a few minutes. There's my buddy Harold making a snag on a toss-up. The right field seats are pretty good because it's the short porch, but it gets really crowded. You're looking at the sun a lot. Here's a toss-up that a fan in Angels gear grabs. And you'll see, look at this, Harold again with another snag. So, you know, it's always good to see other people getting baseballs. Thought I had a play on this one, knew right where it was going, but just couldn't get there. But it was frustrating. You know, I always want to put on a good show for YouTube, and right here, the second group of BP is now done. So I'm looking to see who's hitting. It's like, okay, we got a righty up there, and it's like, yep, I'm out. So back through the seats, through the tunnel, through the concourse, and back down into section 136, over into left center field. And by the way, yeah, Yankee Stadium is one of just a few ballparks that still allows fans to bring backpacks inside. I love it. And I also love this coach right here. I'm going to show you in slow motion. I love that he hit this fungo into the seats. That's pretty cool. And I love this even more. This is a pretty slick catch on my part, if I do say so myself. Give you another slow-mo look right here. I climb back over a row of seats, keep running. The guy with the little blue drawstring made a decision not to break his hand on it, so I ran through the row, made the catch, and then I noticed that there was a little kid just a few rows down in front. His dad was reaching out for it, but I was like, no, I want to hand it to the kid directly, because that's kind of a fun, formative memory, hopefully. So the dad is like, hey, give me a high five. So right there, the kid's happy. And by the way, that home run was hit by Logan Ohtani, whom I absolutely adore. You can see I'm taking some pics with fans out there. After I caught that ball, everyone spotted me. But batting practice was almost done, so I decided, you know what? I am going to make my way over to the third base dugout. You can see me from afar running through the seats. Down there, all I got was a wave from Ali Modami, who is super cool. I was hoping to get a baseball when the Angels cleared the field, but no such luck. So, hung out with a few fans right here. And look at this, we have an Ohtani jersey sighting as I hop over the rows of seats. Logan Ohtani, top catching prospect from Long Island, super nice guy, so keep an eye out for him. And I noticed this little kid go by, so I pulled a ball out. That was the first home run ball that I snagged out in the bleachers, and my buddy Ryan also hands over a baseball, so that kid made out pretty well. And guys, let me just talk about Yankee Stadium for a second. The Yankees, as I mentioned, are very cool about letting fans bring bags inside, but I wish that they were cooler about opening their stadium earlier. You get just 90 minutes before game time, so you don't even get to see Aaron Judge take BP, or Giancarlo Stanton when he's healthy, or any of the other Yankees. It's really a shame. And so you just don't get as much time in the stadium, not as many opportunities to catch baseballs, and of course the games themselves are packed. So it's a lot less fun for me to go to the stadium now, but I just couldn't stay away from this series. Los Angeles Angels, baby, as you can see me switching my hat right there. Harrison Bader walking out to sign autographs for some fans. You know, I just thought Trout and Ohtani, my top two favorite players in the major leagues, were here. I had to go. And by the way, this is Aaron Judge coming out to receive his Silver Slugger Award. I love him. So, you know, Trout, there's Ohtani. Trout used to be great about coming over every day before the game, no matter what stadium, to sign autographs for fans. And I was hoping he'd make an appearance here along the left field foul line. But unfortunately, he didn't. Shohei rarely comes over, so I was like, well, it's almost game time. My guys didn't come over, so might as well vacate the seats in foul territory because I want to go sit in the outfield and try to catch a home run. Lots of friendly people, as you can see. Really appreciate the good vibes. And it's just weird that half the internet seems to think that I'm a piece of shit when you can just see how cool people are in person. As you can see, Aaron Judge being cool right there. But yeah, this is my experience at games. People are overwhelmingly friendly. And Shohei, whoosh, right there, loses the helmet. And look at this. Down in front, please. No, it's all good. People were just trying to find their seats. Now, this shows how hard it is to film from the seats. This is not my videographer's fault. People stand up and block the view of Judge robbing Shohei. Makes it blurry a little bit because the camera focuses on what's in the foreground. But I just still wanted to include that shot because it was such an epic moment. So there's the GOAT, hoping he gets his own epic moments in October. And you can see right there just how crowded it is. And as for Senor Judge, he doesn't just rob home runs, he crushes them as well. Newsflash, did you know that Aaron Judge hits home runs? Yeah, so here I am just watching it to see where it lands. It landed in the bullpen. I was just more stunned than anything. Like, yes, I was happy. He's one of my favorite players, but I'm just like, wow, how is this guy human? It's like doesn't make any sense how he's able to do what he can do. Love watching him play. So here's just a quiet moment on my phone answering some texts. Aaron Judge throws every warm-up ball into the crowd every inning. He's really the gentle giant. And here you can see the out-of-town scores on this LED board behind Mike Trout. The Yankees used to have a manual scoreboard, which they got rid of. That bums me out. And we can see Zack right here. He's a top prospect for the Angels, and he is hitting his first Major League double. So congrats, fellow Z. I was glad to see that. Of course, I was sitting in left field hoping to catch his first dinger. He actually hit a double his next time up as well. But you know whose home run I really want to catch? Wait for it. Oh yeah, this guy named Michael. You can see what happened here, though. This did not make me happy at all. He struck out to end the inning. And I had to eat my sorrows away, a little granola snack right there. Guys, when I'm not filming for YouTube, and by the way, I pretty much do film at almost every game I go to, I basically never eat stadium food. I try to eat the absolute biggest meal possible before I leave, and that keeps me full till about the third inning. And then I'll pull a protein bar out of my bag or some other small snack. But anyway, the Angels getting a little something going right here, knocking the Yankees starter Johnny Brito out of the game. The Angels were winning just 1-0 at this point in the fifth inning. This vendor living his best vendor life. And as for Shohei, this is not what I wanted to see. Strike three, I wanted an opposite field home run to land right in the pocket of my buckler glove. So Trout led off the next inning, and look at this stud. Rips it! 69.2 miles per hour on the exit velo. This was his second hit of the game, and I root for Trout hard no matter which team he's facing. So right here, I was glad to see him advance over to third base, and I really wanted him to score, but he got stranded there. So I'm up here in the tunnel for Aaron Judge's at bat, and look how crowded it is. You know, props to the Yankees in Major League Baseball for thriving, but how am I supposed to catch home runs out there, especially when this happens? Ball four to the big man. So at that point, I was like, well, this is a good time for me to head up to the concourse, take a little break, stretch my legs, because the big three had just come up to bat. Shohei, Trout, and Judge. Wait, you're not going to follow me into the bathroom, are you? Yeah, thank you very much. So just a little conference on the mound. The Yankees were making some noise of their own, and I just decided to hang up here, chat with some fans, take another peek at the field, and a peek at the left field seats from this angle. Again, look how crowded it is. And if you get tired of me talking about crowd size, well, I'm sorry, because that's often on my mind. So I headed back to the left field seats. There's a yawn right there, caught in the act. And here's Shohei striking out again. Really, really not happy about it. But the Yankees were also struggling quite a bit themselves in this game. The Yanks went 0 for 9 in the old RISP category, runners in scoring position. So that is not exactly the formula for success. And so right here, the crowd was hyped because at this moment, it was the bottom of the eighth. The score was tied at 2, and the Yankees had 2 runners on base, but they couldn't score. So we moved to the top of the ninth. Mike Trout with 2 strikes and 2 outs. I thought this was a check swing, but the ump rung him up. Trout was like, what? You'll never see him throw a tantrum. I think I was probably the one more likely to throw a tantrum in that moment. So tied at 2 in the bottom of the ninth. The fans, everybody was on their feet. These guys were having a special moment. And Isaiah Kiner-Falefa strikes out right here to send the game into extra innings. And so top 10, you have Trout right here as the ghost runner. What a stupid Little League-esque rule. MLB, please get rid of that. Anyway, the Angels couldn't score, so bottom 10, Aaron Judge is intentionally walked. Rizzo right here gets beaned. And so the bases are loaded for Gleyber Torres. I thought this ball was gone. Turns out it was a sac fly. Kiner-Falefa on third base, waits till it's caught, runs in with the winning run. So there it is, a walk-off win for the Yankees. Final score 3-2 as the players spill out onto the field. So, you know, that was fun to see. It's not what I was hoping for. Sorry, Yankee fans, but again, rooting for my guy Trout and my other guy Shohei and my other guy Logan O'Hoppe. I played a little bit of catch before leaving the left field seats, just a few throws back and forth. Didn't want to cause a scene. And so that was it. I got 3 baseballs at this game, and I gave them all away, but they all count for the lifetime total. So that number is now 12,088. And that's a wrap. Leave a comment for me. Let me know what you thought about this video, the different format. Maybe I'll do this again. Maybe I won't. But anyway, thank you, as always, for watching.